I am so excited to be creating with this month's Magical Mystery Bead Box. It is beyond beautiful and inspiring. So I have cut open the Evergreen strand and I'm going to use this beautiful focal boho chunky sort of coin bead. I'm totally in love with it. I'm going to use that for the focal on my piece. And then I've taken a few things from that strand and a few things from the Winter's Eve strand. It was these beautiful crystals with those bead caps, and added the crystal rondelle spacer. And then I have a few more things over here from the strand, and I'll show you what we're going to do. I have a little sample here that I did with my leftover beads from my winter workshop. So these were just all from that big pound bag of beads in the winter workshop if you attended, and that's what I did this. And so this is a sweater pin, and it is made for your chunkier knits. So please don't try to put this through a silk scarf, but this is made to go through a scarf or your chunky knit sweaters or chunky scarves. It's just made with a little spear that goes right through like that. And what's perfect about this is that you can feature a really special bead and just have a little bit of movement, and then you do coordinating beads for your pin. And so let me show you another version of this. This is one that's done a bit more dramatic, so you can play with your shape a little bit, but this is simply done with a bail making plier and some 18 gauge wire and your regular pliers, and I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. It's super easy even for beginners. So let's set that aside and let's prepare the focal point so that that is ready to go. We had these beautiful little 8/0 sort of druck seed, that maybe they're not even seed beads, just these little round AB clear seed beads, and I just made this little stack, and I'm going to put this bead on here, and I'm going to put another bead in here just to stabilize the whole. Just a little crystal from the Between the Trees bead mix, and I'm going to do a wire wrapped loop here, but I'm not going to close my loop until I attach it to the bottom of my sweater pin or my shawl pin. So I'm going to put my round nose pliers in here and get the loop started, rotate, and then just bring it around and just center it. And now I'm just going to leave it hang out like that, and this way I have my main drop ready so that I can look at it for creating the pin. And I have taken about 10 inches here. You could do 12 if you think you want yours to be a little bit larger. And I have my bail making plier, and you just need a little coil that your pin will fit through. I'm going to start and make a coil here. I'm going to do an extra coil, like more than I think that I want, because if there's anything wrong with your coil, like it's not tightly woven enough, or you don't like the way the coil started, you can come in and just snip that round of your coil off. Now I'm going to smooth my wire and come to the other side and make another coil. Okay, so on this end, I want to be coiling toward in the same direction as my first coil. And you can line them up while it's still in the tool. We're going to hammer this so you can also make adjustments afterwards. About like that. So if you want your two coils to be exactly the same, you can trim. I'm going to trim just a little bit of my coil on this side and tidy everything up. I'm going to look at it as if my pin is going through this way. So I need a loop that's going to the left toward my other coil. So I'm going to use this gigantic bail making plier. It's so fun. And I'm going to place my sweater pin right in the middle. Get it this way so you can see. Just get it as in the middle as possible. And now I'm just going to use that mandrel to get my shape. Just bring this toward the front. Okay, so I have my basic shape, and I'm going to just use my plier that I used to make the coil and just get my coils going in the direction that I want them. Let's put that plier back in there. And I'm going to bring in my bench block and place my sweater pin so that my coils are hanging over the edge. Lower your volume or fast forward because I'm going to pound this flat. I'm also going to use the ball peen side of my hammer to put some artisan texture, that dented hammer look. And after you hammer, you always have to come back in and straighten things because you change the molecules in the wire when you hammer. And it's ready for the dangle. So I'm going to open the loop that I left unwrapped and add it directly to my hammered bit. Close that loop and wrap it closed. Look how stunning that is. It's so pretty. Okay, now for the really easy part is making our pin that goes through our knit. So I want to do a really open spiral on one end. So I'm going to come with my round nose pliers and get a curly Q in there and then just make a little spiral. You can really adjust your pin that goes through the center to any width that you want. I usually leave about 1.5 inches that's hanging over, and I need a little space here for my beads. But what I'm going to do is put my plier in where I stopped coiling and bend that so that my spiral is centered on my pin. And I'm going to hammer this as well. So that work hardens the piece and gives it some artisan texture. And since I've also bent it again, I'm just going to make my pin nice and straight. And from here, I want to make a little point here with my cutter. So I'm going to do just a slight angled cut. And then I'm going to take a metal file and just take the sharpness off. I want my pin to be sharp enough to pierce a chunky knit, but I don't want it to be dangerous or, you know, able to hurt skin. Okay, so next I'm going to feed on one of these little disco balls and one of the little star spacers from this beautiful strand, and then one of those crystals. And before I finish this off, I just want to check that my length will still be good, and it is. It's just stunning. And then what I have here is a crimp bead. So I'm going to feed that on right down to my crystals. I'm pushing everything toward my spiral, and I'm going to come right here with my pliers and flatten that bead over my flattened wire as hard as I can. Just make sure it's really secure, and it is. And my beautiful sweater pin, chunky knit, shawl or scarf pin is done. Let me bring my little knit glove in here. I just couldn't help myself to test these out. They're so fun to make, and they make such great gifts. If you knit or crochet and you were planning to do a scarf for someone in your life, and then you did one of these beautiful sweater pins to go with it, oh wow, what a gift. Okay, I'm just gonna pierce it through, and I got my pin part just right because I'm not damaging my knit, but it goes through really nicely. Look how stunning that is. So much fun to make. Oh, I hope you guys got some inspiration from this, and I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.